guys, I hope you're all doing good. Today I wanted to sit down and do a really quick video on my postpartum must-haves. And I feel like this is a really important video because if you've never had a baby, or even if you have had a baby and you just haven't tried different things, like, let's be realistic here. It's a lot for your body to handle, and there's a lot of swelling and itchiness and stuff that shouldn't be there that's there now, stretching, lots of stuff going on down there, and kind of everywhere else in your body. So these are the things that I have found after having 2 babies, and now I'm 37 weeks with my 3rd baby. I really feel like these are things that have helped the postpartum process, and that I definitely plan on using this next time around after my 3rd is born. Obviously this video is super TMI, but if you're watching this, this is real life postpartum, so I'm not gonna edit anything out because I feel like it's important for you to know what to expect if you're gonna have a baby. So the first items that I feel like you really need are pads, and those are breast pads, nursing pads, and also menstrual pads. Let's talk about the nursing pads first of all. I feel like it's important to have some disposable pads, and then if you do want to use the reusable cloth pads, that is fabulous too. The reason why I think the disposable pads are really important to at least have on hand is because when you first have the baby, at least for me, I don't want to do the laundry all the time, and it's really important for you to be cleaning those reusable pads consistently because of bacteria buildup. You want to avoid having thrush or anything like that. So I feel like having disposable pads is really nice in the beginning because it's one less thing that you have to wash. It's one less thing that you have to remember while you're trying to make this big adjustment to having a new baby. The next kind of pad that you definitely want are menstrual pads, and that is because after you have a child, you are going to be bleeding. You're going to be bleeding for a while. Some people bleed for a few weeks, some people bleed for 8 weeks plus. It just depends, everybody's different, but you definitely want to have pads. And I would recommend having the real pads, like the real thick, ultra absorbent, they're going to make you look like you're wearing a diaper kind of pad. The next thing I would recommend is witch hazel, and I use the Thayer's alcohol-free with aloe witch hazel. You definitely want to get alcohol free because you're using it to clean downstairs, down in those lady parts, and you don't want something that's going to have alcohol in it that's going to burn and it's going to hurt and is going to do the opposite of what you want it to do, which is to soothe what you got going on down there. So I would recommend witch hazel. Some people will put them on cotton pads. Some people will get just the witch hazel pads that are already in the little canister. You just pull out the pads. I have found in my experience that I went through so many of those witch hazel pads that it made a lot more sense for me to just buy the bottle of witch hazel and then use my own cotton pads, or put the witch hazel on the actual menstrual pad and just kind of soak that. So usually when you have a baby in either a hospital or a birth center, they're gonna give you these diaper ice packs, and literally they're like a newborn baby diaper that they have wet in the inside, and it's cold and it's frozen. They put it in the freezer. I watched a video from Eat, Pray, Crunch. I will link her channel below for you guys, but she actually made those at home, but she used them from normal pads, and she drenched the pads in witch hazel and then put them in the freezer, which I thought was super genius. So I'm gonna try that next time. So that's another option for you if you're wanting to use witch hazel and you're also wanting the benefit of having like an ice pack down there to kind of soothe everything. So these next must-haves I discovered after having my last baby, my little boy, and these are both from Earth Mama Angel Baby. The first one is this Mama Bottom Balm, and this is really great for any kind of tearing or itching or irritation down below. Literally, you guys, this is worth every penny. I try and buy these or recommend these for any new moms because I feel like they are such a lifesaver. I had a lot of tearing and I had a really painful recovery after my 2nd child, and this stuff helped me so much. It was cooling, it offered relief, it's all natural ingredients. I also use the Mama Bottom spray as well, and I feel like this is a really great product for those first few days when you do have some stinging, you do have some irritation, and you don't want to use a balm. You don't want to rub anything down there. You want nothing coming close to that area. If you're planning on breastfeeding, I definitely think that Lanolin is a super huge postpartum must-have. There's lots of different brands of Lanolin, and I feel like they all do just as well of a job, but I definitely feel like that's important if you're gonna nurse, especially if it's your first baby, because your boobs are gonna go through something that they've never gone through before, and they need a lot of love, and Lanolin is great. Big underwear, big comfy underwear is so important. Go get yourself some real big granny panties that are comfortable, that don't cling, that aren't like super tight around your hips or your waist or your butt. Just get something super comfortable. If I could buy stock in those mesh underwear that they give you at the hospital, I totally would, because those things are fabulous. You definitely want some big comfy pants and some comfy clothes for postpartum, because your belly is not going to shrink down to what it was postpartum. You're probably going to leave the hospital looking about 6 months pregnant, and you're not going to want stuff hanging on you. At least I definitely didn't. So go get yourself some stuff that's just bigger, even if it's your husband's t-shirts that you can walk around in. But definitely bigger clothes, comfy pants that are not going to be super tight around your butt, because you are going to probably have bigger underwear, and you're just going to want to feel comfortable and like you're not showing off your postpartum body. Motrin and stool softeners, super important for postpartum. You do not want to try to be going number 2 without stool softeners after you have a child. So talk to your healthcare provider or your midwife. They will recommend one for you. But you definitely want some stool softeners, and then also some painkillers like some Motrin for those afterbirth contractions and cramping that's going to be happening inside of your uterus, because yes, after you have the baby you still have contractions and it's kind of painful. So you definitely want something that's going to help take the edge off, just to give you a little bit more comfort when you're at home and you're trying to recover and take care of the baby. Alright guys, so I think that is my list of postpartum must-haves, the things that I've definitely loved using after having my babies. If you guys have any recommendations, leave them down below, because I'm sure that we would all love to glean wisdom and have as much comfort as we can possibly have. So definitely share those down below. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below as well. If you're not already subscribed to me and you would like to see videos on motherhood, pregnancy, beauty, life in general, click the subscribe button below. I'd love to get to know you as a subscriber. I hope that you guys are all doing fabulous and you're all blessed, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.